He didn't invent time, but he made the world pay for it. A man who couldn't even afford a proper education. A man who started with nothing. Today, his name sits on the wrists of presidents, movie stars, and billionaires. His watches cost more than most cars. Some sell for millions. But here's what nobody tells you. He wasn't a watchmaker. He didn't come from money. And his real name? Not even Rolex. The truth behind how he did it will shock you. By the end of this video, you'll discover 3 secrets that changed luxury forever. The second one sounds impossible, but it's absolutely true. One man's obsession turned a small dream into the most powerful name in luxury, Rolex. But behind the gold crowns and diamond bezels lies a story of obsession, betrayal, and a secret plan that changed how we see time forever. Today, we'll uncover how one man built an empire on precision and what he had to sacrifice to do it, because the truth behind Rolex will shock you. Let me show you exactly how this happened. Our story begins in the early 1900s. A young man named Hans Wilsdorf, born in Germany, had one dream: to create a watch so perfect that it could change the way the world told time. Back then, pocket watches ruled the world. Men didn't wear watches on their wrists. They thought it looked silly and fragile. But Hans had a different idea. He believed that one day, everyone would wear a watch on their wrist, and he wanted his watch to be the most trusted one in the world. That dream sounded crazy. Wristwatches were small, fragile, and often inaccurate. No one believed they could ever replace pocket watches. But Hans didn't care. He was obsessed with accuracy. To him, a second lost was a failure. So, in 1905, in London, he started a company with a simple goal: to create the world's most precise wristwatch. But here's the twist. Hans didn't even build watches at first. He bought movements from Swiss companies and assembled them in England. Still, he had one secret weapon: branding. He knew that to rule the market, a name had to be short, powerful, and unforgettable. And so, he invented a word that meant nothing, but sounded like everything. That word was Rolex. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Hans realized that precision alone wouldn't make Rolex famous. Trust would. So he came up with a genius plan. In 1914, he sent one of his watches to the Kew Observatory in England, where scientists tested watches for accuracy, a test only big marine clocks had passed before. To everyone's shock, the tiny Rolex wristwatch passed. It was as accurate as a ship's chronometer. The world had never seen anything like it. Suddenly, a wristwatch wasn't just a fashion item. It was a piece of science. Newspapers called it a miracle, and Hans turned that into marketing gold. He made sure every ad shouted, "Rolex, the world's most accurate watch." Then came the next challenge: water. In the 1920s, wristwatches were ruined by rain or even sweat. So Hans pushed his engineers to do something impossible: make the first truly waterproof watch. They called it the Oyster. To prove it worked, Hans pulled a stunt no one could forget. He gave the watch to a woman named Mercedes Gleitze, who swam across the English Channel in 1927, wearing a Rolex Oyster. She swam for 10 hours in freezing water. When she came out, the watch was still ticking perfectly. That single event made headlines all over the world. Rolex wasn't just selling watches anymore. It was selling proof. Every challenge, every test, every obstacle became a story of victory. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear this. Rolex wasn't just about watches. It was about image control. Hans Wilsdorf didn't just create a product. He created a world where Rolex symbolized success, power, and perfection. While other brands sold watches, Rolex sold a status. When pilots crossed oceans, climbers reached new heights, or divers went deep under the sea, Rolex was there. And that wasn't luck. Hans made sure of it. He secretly gave Rolex watches to explorers, athletes, and record breakers, long before influencer marketing existed. Each adventure became free advertising. If Rolex can survive Everest, it can survive anything. Then came the next breakthrough: self-winding watches. In 1931, Rolex created the perpetual rotor, a tiny mechanical system that wound the watch automatically using wrist motion. That invention became the heart of every modern automatic watch. And while competitors tried to copy, Rolex moved faster, launching the Datejust, the Submariner, and the GMT Master. Each designed with a story, one for elegance, one for deep-sea divers, and one for pilots. Every model was born from adventure. Every story builds desire. But here's the part no one tells you. Hans Wilsdorf wasn't trying to get rich. He had lost his parents at 12. He never had children. So when his wife died, he made a decision that shocked the business world. He left all his company shares to a charitable trust. Even today, Rolex is owned by that trust, meaning no one owns Rolex. No shareholders, no stock, no public pressure, just one mission: perfection. And this brings us to the most shocking discovery of all. Rolex doesn't sell watches, it sells dreams. Every advertisement, every image, every story is built to make you feel something, to connect success with a crown. That's why Rolex never discounts, never runs sales, never floods stores. It builds scarcity. It makes you wait. And that wait, that desire, is the secret. By controlling time itself, Rolex controls emotion. Think about it. When you finally buy one, it's not just a watch, it's a trophy for your hard work. Hans Wilsdorf didn't just build a company, he built a psychological empire. He made us believe that time isn't measured in seconds, it's measured in status. So what does all this mean for us today? In a world full of smartwatches and instant trends, Rolex stands apart. While others chase technology, Rolex stays the same, slow, deliberate, timeless. And yet, it's more desired than ever. Why? Because people don't buy a Rolex to tell time. They buy it to feel time, to celebrate a moment, a memory, a victory. It's a symbol that says, I made it. That's why the brand never needs flashy marketing. Its silence is its strength. Every time someone waits years for a Submariner, the myth grows stronger. Rolex teaches one of the most powerful business lessons. Control the story, and you control the market. Hans Wilsdorf's obsession didn't just build watches, it built trust, patience, and a sense of identity. Even the company's mystery is part of the plan. No one knows exactly how much Rolex makes every year. No press interviews, no big social media, just precision, privacy, and perfection. It's almost as if Rolex exists outside of time, untouched by trends, unstoppable by change. And here's the deeper meaning. Hans Wilsdorf didn't chase the future. He shaped it, 1 second at a time. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. Hans Wilsdorf died in 1960, but his vision didn't. Every Rolex made today still carries his initials hidden inside the case, like a whisper from the past. His dream wasn't just to make watches, it was to make time itself feel valuable, and he succeeded. So, the next time you see that tiny gold crown on a wrist, remember, it's not just metal and gears, it's one man's obsession, ticking perfectly for over 100 years. That's the proof that obsession, properly directed, can literally change the world. Sometimes the person who changes everything isn't the person with the most talent. It's the person with the clearest vision and the most determination. Hans Wilsdorf started as an orphan with nothing. He died as one of the most influential businessmen in history. His name is forgotten, but his creation lives on. He didn't invent time, he just made the world pay attention to it.